All right, we are live with not episode of Get Bit, but Total Justice Gaming. This is where the theme music would be if I was advanced enough to actually have theme music. But here we are. I am always, of course, your host for Total Justice Gaming, and the guy that shares the same quirk as Robert Loja, Joe Tonello. Here we are. I am, and we got some echo, but that's okay.
Yep, I got it.
Groovy. And with me, we have Ty from Ty's House of Cards. Ty, buddy, thank you so much.
Hey, what's going on? What's going
I don't think I've done this type of show in close to a decade now.
on? So you saying you old school? You say yeah.
Oh yes, no, I was around during the age of Sabretooth.
Oh boy, those viewers that don't know, that's old school UFS, Universal Fighting System.
Yes, this is back when we were based down out in Memphis, and I could actually drive to them if I wanted to and go, "Why has this character not been made?"
Yeah, well, with My Hero, there's no telling, man. They're probably gonna. They seem like they're going into some of the older cards and stuff, and then they're like rebuilding them or bringing them out with just a little bit slightly tweaked up, hopefully.
I mean, OG is literally just a Lek Man, so
Yeah.
and Death Arms is just Sasquatch.
That's exactly what it is. So we'll see. And they said that old Kirishima, the first Kirishima, was more like Maximus or something like that.
Oh yeah, Maxima that got banned.
Yep. So they print a card that was already like, yeah. Anyways, I ain't gonna
Maxima was much worse. I believe you got to build before the game even started. Like you started with the top two foundations of your deck built face down.
Yeah, see, that's ridiculous. But I'm just saying, just the fact that he was able to do it twice per turn this early in the game, like it was just, yeah, that should have never been. But whatever.
Cementos is broken. I am working on a Cementos. We will see how bad that goes.
Oh, Cementos is broken.
Okay, so for those of you that are new to this thing, this is basically a version of Champ Talks. If you guys want to go look at that, go look at the archives. We got so much UFS in the background in the archives for Total Justice thing. So first, again, Ty, thank you for coming. Your YouTube channel is
Ty's House
unparalleled to a lot of the UFS content, and that is not to drag the other guys. You are just going above and beyond, and you are going for what I always went with my channel when I was still doing it. You were going for the new audience and doing everything to help them out. So first off, thank you so much for doing that. Building the community is probably one of the most important things we can do as content creators.
Absolutely. No, thank you, man. Thank you for acknowledging that. That's really cool because it's like, I get a handful of people that, you don't get to know how impactful your stuff is till somebody actually tells you, and so you're like, and it's not that you're looking for the praise or anything else, but it does feel good when somebody does say, hey, thanks for doing what you're doing. Because people don't know what, content creators have to go through a lot of times, like from comments or somebody's got a critique or somebody's this. It's like, there's a whole slew of things, technical difficulties. There's so many things. And so just to give the thanks or the acknowledgement of, hey, we see you, it means a lot. So, and I do, just like being seen as the content creator of what the work I do, I think of those who don't get heard of, they're not heard or seen as well. And those, a lot of them are new players or people that have never even looked at a card game. And so that's what I look to. I look to try to target those individuals and just kind of pull them out of wherever they're at. You know what I mean?
All right. So where did you get started?
So as far as, okay, so are we saying where did I get started as far as the content or where I get started as far as cards? Which one is it? Because there's
we'll go with cards first, then content.
Okay, cards. So where I started playing first, believe it or not, so I was introduced to Pokemon and then I was introduced to Magic. The funny thing is nobody knew how to play it. Everybody just had the cards. Oh, I got Charizard. This Charizard, because it's Charizard, he's better than this. Oh, what? But this is Pikachu because we only had the show. So we're like, yo, in the show, Pikachu always wins. So, it don't matter how, look, I got the little Pikachu. I don't care how much fire, Charizard is blowing out. My Pikachu's going to win. You know what I'm saying? Even trading was horrible. Like, well, this is Pikachu. this is like this is worth a lot. You know what I mean? You know
This
what?
is a Gengar.
Yeah,
You're. I'm not gonna. It's like I'll give you for Blastoise.
right. Like it was. We had no idea. Now I don't even know if that was even, you know, if the prices and stuff were even a thing yet, because I think it was still new. So a lot of people just wanted to play cards. So we were just trading. We were doing, oh well, look, this is in mint condition, so you got to give me 3 cards for that. Like I was like, look, folks probably was robbing me, and I didn't even know. And I was like, what, for real? Like I'm deep down inside, I was like, that don't feel right. But I guess if I want to pick it, no, I want Raichu. I guess I got to give up 3 cards. One's a
God
art.
help you if they were trying to trade a McDonald's card.
Look, man, look, I probably would have been sitting on some serious money if I kept that stuff, man. But yeah, so that's where it came from with that. But even before that, I kind of, I guess, was around cards because my uncle, he was a big Magic player. And matter of fact, he played a big role. There was a thing called Wizard World in Nyack, New York.
Yep.
And Wizard World, I guess before Wizards and everything started really picking up, this was one of their things. And so like he was one of the like part of the not founders, but he was just really big. And like he was the one that created certain decks. Like all of a sudden, all these people started building his deck, you know, and so it was really cool. But that wasn't what drew me to the cards. First time cards really drew me to. I come from playing chess. So chess was a big thing for me. My dad taught me that. And he said, and one thing he taught me was, if you can master chess, or if you can, you know, if you can learn how to, you know, deal with chess, learn that chess will help you be strategic in life.
Mm-hmm.
And so in doing that, I always wanted to learn. I would always see him and my uncles, and then they would sit looking at each other like, you know, they're playing. I mean, playing for hours, just taking turns. And so I just wanted to join in. I thought it was checkers, and then I realized it wasn't checkers.
No.
You know? So then it just, you know, it grew from there. So that's where I think the part of that gaming part started coming in, as far as dealing with board games and stuff like that, not even realizing that was grooming me. And then it just kept growing.
So what drew you to UFS?
UFS is literally chess, but with cards. You know, one of the main things that drew me to UFS was actually, one, the art originally, you know. So, and what I mean by the art originally, like, I didn't even know of like the saber tooth and all that. I remember seeing some stuff, but I never knew what they were. But excuse me, when I saw like Morgan and Tobane, you know, from Darkstalkers, and I saw this picture, I'm like, yo, I know these guys from fighting games that I play. Hold on, wait, they got a card game? Let me check this out. So I saw it, saw a couple of things. It may have been one of your videos that you used to have. I don't know. It's something that I seen, and I just kept on trying to do some exploration of it, and I was drawn to that. Didn't know how to play the game for a minute. Finally got a chance to, got to go check some people out, went to Nats and learned what I could, and fell in love with it. Just everything about it was just amazing, you know, and it's a game that just has layers. So you almost really couldn't get, for me, I just didn't see it getting bored, because it was like, you got like hundreds of characters, 3 different symbols on each one. Like, what else can we do with this game? Like, what else can we go with this? You know, and then you find out new keywords. I mean, it was just, so that's where it really came from, man. How I got into UFS was just watching that, seeing that. And then, you know, I saw Shane Duckworth's video, saw what he did, and was like, oh man, this is serious. So, and then it just grew from there.
Oh, thanks to Corey. Says he's gonna sub. Definitely sub to Ties. I post very infrequently, so definitely hit up Ties House of Cards before you sub to me. I will promise content, but working a hospital job means that'll come maybe once or twice a month.
I appreciate the shout out though. But yeah, hey, hey, he's good people though. That's good people. So hey, you ain't subscribing to the wrong person, whether he's there or not. That's good people, man. I'm always about supporting big people, man. Good people, man.
So with the advent of My Hero Academia, your channel has blown up just immensely. Where did the content creation come from, and what drew you to where a lot of the content creation for UFS is really about the higher level play? What drew you to take up the mantle for the rookies of the community?
Um, so as far as for content creation itself, to start off with that, I was always told I was a ham for the cam. So I'm actually an actor. I do a lot of entertainment and stuff, acting, singing, dancing. Entertainment is my thing. That's something that I love to do. But the reason behind it, I love to inspire. So I use everything, all my giftings, to inspire and bring life, love, and excitement to people. They don't even have to be a dancer. But I'll do something just to get them going. And then because I showed them that they could do it, it inspires them to do something else, So the content creation, where that started coming into play more so was, I noticed that the content creation wasn't, for the game. There wasn't enough information. There wasn't enough entertainment for it. There wasn't enough excitement. Like, I felt like when I would go out in person, there was a lot of excitement in person, but nobody was really like talking about it or dealing with it. As I won't say nobody, because you did have some stuff too. So, but and then there was
I
like a
believe
couple.
Top Tech Heroes is still going every so often.
Yeah. It was like there was a couple of other content creators here and there, but a lot of times theirs would talk about the game, but they're really kind of talking more in the realm of like, hey, yeah, we were talking with some buddies, and they're kind of just running on about some things, and I'm like, okay, somebody that's new they're not going to know what they're talking about, And so I just saw that lacking part, and but if they were ever in person, those same content creators or those same people, 9 times out of 10 were looking at increasing people. The community was really big. That was something that was really major for me, which actually got me into going further into this game. So where that comes from with me and inspiring more is that I felt like there was an element that was missing, and I like bringing excitement. So I'm like, hey, we got to do this. And then I saw a lot of younger too, but a lot of people that never played a game, never touched the card game, never heard of UFS, but they knew about the arcade games and the fighting games and stuff. And I'm like, well, let me go and try to reach people in other continents, other parts of the world. Content creation is one of those things that allows it. Some people just never know. I love to, like I said, I like connecting. So any way to use that was one of the major things.
Okay, so tough question for your content creation channel. Which do you enjoy Which do you enjoy doing more? The deck profiles or the small bits of how to play, or let's say Ricky's Corner?
I like the how to play. I like the how to play. Because nothing wrong with the profile stuff at all. Obviously, because you see me doing stuff with my hands all the time.
Oh yeah.
I talk with my hands. I mean, like, tutting and whatever.
I mean, I'm Italian. I'm sitting on my hands right now to avoid summoning things.
Because you want to sit there. You want to sit. I do like, though, the coach corner kind of thing. And it's not that I want to be in control or anything like that. I just, like I said, I like to inspire. I like to educate people, because I don't want to be in the dark of something. So I wouldn't want somebody else to have me in the dark. So if I could be that one to give some kind of light on something, I'd like to do that. Plus, with the camera, you can see me, you can see my expressions and everything else. And I think that helps give a better understanding of who I am, my character, and how much I enjoy the game, and how much I enjoy people.
Okay, so I always have to ask this, and there is a caveat to this rule. You cannot say Shane. You cannot say Miles.
Okay,
that's
Shane
like
or Miles.
asking. That's like asking who your favorite Justice League member. It's always going to be Blue Beetle, Booster Gold. So, who is your favorite fight? Who's your favorite person to fight? And again, can't be Shane, can't be Miles.
Okay, so I believe it or not, I haven't got to play them as often as I would have liked to. So this isn't as hard for me to not use them, even though I enjoy them, and those are the homies and stuff. I've had some pretty funny moments. I don't get to play often. Like, I have a play group out here, and so like I got quite a good bit of people. If I were to say names that that people know, do I have to say one, or can I give a little?
You can drop a group of people. It's just one of those things I've always asked. Is like, And Corey, we'll get to your question in just a moment.
Okay.
Since I want to see, what was your favorite? Who was your favorite person to fight? What was the best fight you ever had? It's just every time I asked, it would always be, it was Shane, it was
No,
Miles.
no, no,
And
no,
I loved
no.
him to death.
I
You
had,
just
I
can't
didn't,
do UFS is too damn good.
yeah, I didn't get the chance to play with them all the time. We've had some funny moments though. Definitely some moments. I would say, all right, so I gotta give a good shout out to quite a few people. But if I were to, okay, so my first one was Ben Shoemaker. Ben
Ben.
Shoemaker, who is like what, 5-time world champ or something like that. Like he got like 5 champ cards. That's my dude, man. Yeah, I'm gonna take you through the lines of the different people. So it's like there's segments because it's always gradually grown. So Ben Shoemaker was probably one of my first ones where he did something. He just went off on me. It was my first tournament at regionals.
Oh, he got you too, huh?
Oh, he said it. He announced it. He was like, he did something. I don't know if he raging demon me. He did something with the character and he won. He goes, I got one. I got one. Just like that. And I was like I'm looking and I'm like, yo, this man did he just shout me? Like, what did he get? What did he get? What happened?
So for
So,
me with Ben, I was playing the old Kyo Snake Man into his big move that looks for low attack combos.
uh-huh.
And he was playing a mill deck and milled somehow all 3 of the 4 of the Kyo Ultra Rare off the top of my deck, one after another. Like in sequence, like they were all stacked and he just milled all 3.
Yeah, yo.
And then he just looked, he's like, well, you're not killing me this game.
Are you talking about Ben Shoemaker?
Yes.
That was with Ben. See, there's other people. Look, I try to tell people there are people that they have yet to like really play in this game. When they come out, they do some shenanigans. They be doing stuff. They be like, "What in the world did you do to me?" But yeah, like I said, to move quick, yeah, Ben Shoemaker, that was a great one. That was hilarious. I still remember that. Let's see. Me and Keenan, we did a draft one time. Keenan Meadows, we did a draft one time, and we just were like, "Look, yo, you better not kill me. Oh, you gonna kill me? Oh, you like the way our dialogue back and forth was hilarious. These are all the old school guys. And then it continuing on, going further. I met Tony 2. Tony 2, phenomenal player, dude. Oh my gosh, just the way he is. Like it's a different game where you gotta watch. I'm like, oh, okay. You push me to the limit, you know. I got guys in my play group like Chris Pollock. He was one of the guys that played. He played well, and these are, like I said, these are some of the guys that people may not know. These are the newer guys and stuff, but these are guys like in my play group in Ocala. Just a lot of silly times. He feels so bad when I be bad checking his stuff. Recently, Jordy, my buddy Jordy, he's new playing, and he was speaking Spanish to me and stuff. It'd be funny, man. But if I were to talk about any more old heads, I think my other person, I think now one person that got me, and I don't know, I felt like he abused me, and that was Tam Carwell. He abused me at one point, man. He was like, he did something. He was like, yeah, you probably should block with that. And then also he's like, he looks at his like partner, was like, I led this man down the wrong path, didn't I? I was like, oh, he played me. Oh my gosh. That's it. But you know what? It was all fun and games. Like I said, there was some really good ones. I didn't get to fully play with him. I got to teach him some stuff. We were starting to play, and then we got interrupted. Chris Sabat.
Oh yeah, good old Vegeta.
Chris Sabat. I got to slightly play. I was actually teaching him the game and kind of leading him through. You know, of course, there was like 4 other people trying to teach him, so it was like kind of reteaching him all over again. So I think it kind of like messed him up. But he was gaining it for a minute. I had to leave to go film or do something real quick. I left the table, came back. There was a different teacher, and
See,
he
you
was
and
like,
I parallel each other very oddly because I sat down at a convention and I think I was just demoing for the sake of demoing.
mhm.
And it was Mega Man, it was Proto Man and Dr. Wily, and then a guy comes up behind me and starts saying some stuff like he's talking to himself. And then I realized it's Scott McNeil, the voice of Proto Man and Dr. Wily from the 90s Mega Man thing. So I got to play with him for a hot bit while
That's
he's sitting
cool.
there beating my face in because I'm always going to take a dive whenever I teach.
Yeah.
But he's sitting there trash talking me as Proto Man.
Dang. Dude. Look, I'm gonna get
And
a
then Dr.
sub.
Wiley will just pop in the background. I was like, oh, yes, I built you so good.
Man, I'm gonna get it. Look, I got the video for her when I challenged Chris Sabat. I told her, I said, look, I'm gonna get a hold of Chris Sabat again. I'm like, Chris, yo, we got to throw down, man. Come
You
on,
need
man.
to get down with the other Vegeta.
That you know what? I'm
You need
telling
to
you,
get with Lanny. You got to find some way to get with Lanny Paturra and teach him.
I gotta look. It's gonna work. It's gonna work out. You know, it's gonna work out. And when that time comes, watch everybody go get to see it because I'm gonna get to do that one-on-one with him. I'm like, and then can you imagine him facing me using the voice? He's hello, young hero. It's like, wait a minute.
Okay. The question from Corey is: are we aware that Battle Spirits is rebooting it, and do we see it as a success? I am aware of Battle Spirits. That's why I got the weekly spare, which is kind of on hiatus because work is nuts, and they are just now dropping Battle Spirits information about Battle Spirit Saga. I have been playing the Japanese video game, despite the fact that I cannot read Japanese. So there's been a lot of like play a card, go to the Wikipedia, look up the other card that's in my hand, play that card, go back to Wikipedia. Do I see it as a success? I mean, it's dropping $1 million as its cash tournament for the first season. Um, Honestly, though, I don't know if I think it'll succeed or not. That's going to be a 50-50 because the market right now is so flush with games, especially because we got One Piece, we got Digimon keeps going off, My Hero is going to continue, we got Flesh and Blood, Keyforge, I guess, is getting ready to come back again.
Really?
So I think
Is it?
so. I think their Kickstarter got them another set or something.
Really? Wow.
Um, so maybe it's just going to get lost in a sea of cards, and it's going to be depending on how well it can draw in people.
Yeah. If I were to, oh, sorry, go ahead. I
No,
was
no,
gonna.
you're good. You're good. You're good.
If I were to throw my 2 cents in for Battle Spirits, I think Battle Spirit will have people drawn at first because of the art, the way the art is, and everything else. I think a lot of people are going to be drawn to it. The only is it Bandai that's putting it on?
It's Bandai.
So
Bandai's eating itself three ways that way. It's got One
yeah,
Piece,
that's why I'm
Digimon,
like,
and Battle Spirits.
yeah, I can't, I won't say that it like will just die out or anything. I think, like I said, I think one thing is people are drawn to art. So the art is very gorgeous. So I think that is something that's going to pull. That's why some people still play the Dragon Ball Super game. But I will say it will depend on how the complexity of the game. So like if it's too complex, more than likely it will just have a select amount of people, and One Piece is just going to take over. I'm gonna be honest with you. One Piece is one of the most simple games that I've seen played. It's very simple. It's not, and that's not downplaying it at all. Actually, it's probably more inviting being simple,
Yeah.
compared to something like a UFS or Universes. I mean, no, you can entering in the game wise, less hoops you got to go through to gain the game. I mean, learn the game.
Uh,
So
Another question we got is it's Dorako is what character, attack, or foundation should be banned or added from this new set? I'm going to say right now nothing because the set literally just released and we don't know the full extent of what interactions do what yet.
yeah, I would. Yeah, it is too early to really say what cards or character necessarily. If I were to say certain characters to watch, or there people are watching, I'd say be on the lookout for the rise of Froppy again. You
Mhm.
know, Froppy is going to come back because Water and Life keep getting buffed. Water and Life just Water and Life literally has all the good answers and stuff. So I will go and say, of course, they'll never be able to ban a symbol. Just look out for any decks that are Water and Life. Those are the two symbols that are just dominant. So any characters that really, the other character that I think will, I won't say that it'll be banned, but I think that he could possibly create an unfun interaction. And there's a couple of them. Kirishima version 2. He's pretty obnoxious the way he is, the way he can just thin and stuff and twice return, and then he can have to attack. It's like it's crazy. Fourth kind is pretty crazy. I'd probably, like I said, I think that there's a select few. You're going to see a lot of the same characters probably come out and dominate. You know, Jiro and stuff. Old Jiro is going to come out here and start slapping folks, though. That
Yeah,
character,
I'm seeing more people are really, really liking him off all with weapons.
that character's pretty scary. He can kill you on a turn 2 with the right foundation. He can kill you turn 2. So I don't think it's necessarily that there's anything that could be or should be banned just yet. I think that you should just look out for these characters and see the best way to interrupt them.
I would think Box Tarp or All Might, because the more we get into this game, the more smashes we're going to get. And him being able to draw while blocking with a card that says smash.
He definitely needs more smash. I'll tell you that. It all depends on what they put. It depends on what they put on the smash, though, because the smash, they could just have the name and have some whack effect. So I guess it depends on.
You still get to draw 2 off of a card if you play it as smash on both turns.
That's true. I tested it. You do get the draw cards, but I will say that the flipping a foundation, all that you are limited on those things. But it's too early to say, so I won't say it. I can see what you're saying though, because he kind of reminds me of Gil. You know, Gil had that thing, and Gil, if they release anything for Smash, like the Smash card says, when after you play this card, draw a card. Gil had a card like that, so Gil could draw, and then the attack would draw. So I wouldn't be surprised if they do something like that. So we'll see.
It's free print promo Alex is something.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Don't do that, people. Do not bring promo Alex back to life.
Oh my gosh! Look, you better talk to the designer team about that, man. Look, I don't know. Look, yeah, you better go at them. I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do, man. So, hope
okay. So, next question. Quick rundown. What were your favorite decks through the eras you have played in UVS or UFS in general? Just in general, what were your favorite decks through each era?
Okay, so when Cowboy beat, let's see, I came in where Street Fighter first. There was Battle for Power, and there was what you call it, Masters, I think. Yeah, Battle for Power, and there's something Masters, right?
I can actually look.
Yeah. So my first deck was Cammy. I did Cammy first. These are what I played, but I would say probably my favorite decks. If I were to say do you want me to tell you each era of each one?
Your favorite one from each era.
Okay, so favorite one from each era, I would say when I got to get in with Street Fighter, Cammy was really good. I liked let's see, who else was in there at the time? Felicia, Felicia. Yeah, Felicia, right?
Felicia.
Felicia was a big deal for me. I liked the way just getting momentum regardless. Then when we started going further in, when we had Cowboy Bebop and all that, Jet was something that I really enjoyed. Who was another one in the Cowboy era? Jet was really one of my biggest ones. I really like Jet. I feel like I'm forgetting somebody though that in the Cowboy Bebop era. We'll just say Jet for that one. Street Fighter versus Darkstalkers. I know there's Blood Omen was another one. So Blood Omen, I liked. Not Reese. Now I'm going through all of them in my head real quick. Um, Gabrick was pretty cool. There was another one. Reese might have been one of them that I liked. I think Reese was pretty cool too. I was still learning about those guys, so it's like there wasn't like too big of a thing that got me. Street going into Street Fighter though, Vega was nice. I liked not Ken. I did play Zangief for a little bit. That was kind of fun. I'm trying to go through. DJ was pretty cool. Not Fei Long. I think that those are really the main ones. They weren't too much on that one. Cammy, like I said. Then going into let's see, Street Fighter vs. Darkstalkers. That's where things really got. I did like Gil. I liked Jeddah. I liked what's her name? Lilith. There was let's see, Ken, Violent Ken. That was
Violent Ken.
Yeah. Oh, I did like Sagat. I like Sagat in Street Fighter era. That was another one that I really liked. Yeah. Street Fighter vs. Darkstalker. Akuma. Akuma was the guy.
I heard Akuma was an issue.
Akuma was a big issue. Matter of fact, if they're doing the Nats, I wouldn't be surprised if Akuma's going to be one of those things. He's like one of the main ones that like mastered hacking. Like he would just hack your check. Like, oh, well, I'm glad you had fun with that. Oh, you trying to play that? Yeah, I'm gonna flip this in my carpool. Bing, you know. So yeah, that was one of my main ones. That was a scary deck. He was scary to deal with. Moving on to let's see, what am I missing? I did like Base from Battle for Power. Turbo Man was cool. And then moving into like, if I were to just give the rest of the list just to like sum it all up, my favorite, like big time favorite characters right now still when they all came, when Yu Yu Hakusho, Soul Calibur, and all them came in, Mortal Kombat. I liked Liu Kang. Yeah, Liu Kang was busted when he first came in. That was just ridiculous. Liu Kang. I liked Scorpion. Sub-Zero was pretty cool. Then going into Soul Calibur, I liked Maxi. Maxi was my dude. Hands down, Maxi. Like, I'll just say Maxi, because I just loved him. I just loved everything about him, like the whole Bruce Lee, and then having the nunchucks. That was my joint. I like Mitsurugi version 2. I'm sure I'm missing a bunch of other ones because there's so many characters that I just really got a kick out of. Zhang Hua was ridiculous. So yeah, it was a whole bunch of them, but those were the main ones. Maxi, and then Yu Yu Hakusho, Kuwabara. Cool.
I'm so happy they fixed him and he's playable again.
Yeah, I feel like they nerfed him almost too hard though. I feel like they could have at least gave him, like, if they're gonna give something like, I think he could have got a twice return. I think twice return, returning to print it. I think that was fair. I think once return is like, he's already a 5-hander as it is, so he's like really got to work extra hard to do some things. I think that they could now, like I said, they may see something else. I could be wrong. Maybe there's a way to just constantly just loop stuff, but I definitely feel like they probably could have gave him, because technically, I think they probably could have, because see, if they were thinking My Hero, makes sense. It makes sense for once per turn. UFS, folks can kill you on turn 1. So, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like he could have got away with twice return, but I did like Yu. I liked Yusuke. I definitely was I liked Rando. So those are my 3 characters that I liked in that. So I think I got about, I mean, I'm not going to include like DLCs and all that other stuff, but I enjoyed a lot of those guys, a lot of those characters. So yeah, UFS, a whole bunch of craziness. Sorry if that was winded. I was trying to get them all.
All right, so we're approaching the halfway point. We got 2 spooky deck profiles. You and me are gonna run down.
Uh-oh. Okay. Oh boy.
So
Koji. Okay.
so I'll run it down by there. So this is Koji Koda off of Chaos. I liked that we got ectoplasm clones.
Mm-hmm.
And Giant Detention Bite is ally, and Cavalry is ally, and you get to run 8 clones. But I wasn't quite sure Ectoplasm was the right way to go because Koji says, hey, commit something, your card doesn't count towards progressive difficulty.
Right.
And also his form commit of draw a card for each ally, attack, and ally action in your card pool. So you can expend your hand with any of these cards, continuously make them 0 difficulty because you just keep using base level foundations and whatnot
Yeah.
to make them zero progressive.
Yeah.
Then at the end of thing, once you expand your hand, form commit, draw back up to your hand size.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
That's
no, go ahead.
no. I'm just taking a look at it. Like, yeah, you're right.
So the character Koji Koda, the animal talking dude, kind of see in the background a whole bunch. I think he may actually be, if this was the Marvel Universe, he'd be as powerful as Squirrel Girl,
Mm.
meaning he would be unparalleled and unrivaled across the universe. 6 hand size, 27 health. Form commit, draw 1 card for each ally attack or ally action in your card pool. And then enhance commit, 1 foundation, choose 1 ally card in your card pool. That card does not count towards progressive difficulty until the end of your turn. I packed this with fairly straightforward stuff. A lot of easy buffs, a lot of easy debuffs. This is a very beginner friendly or rookie friendly deck. Not much to thought put into it. It can always be expanded and deepened to a liking.
Yeah.
I wanted to pack as much buff and debuff. And then the idea is just spam the pool with as many ectoplasm clones and then finish them off with Giant Detention Bite or get some speed or use Summon Dark Shadow because it won't count towards progressive.
Yeah.
So what are your
No,
thoughts?
it looks like it's one of those things, like, it's very interesting, like, to wonder if it works. Like, I definitely think that, is this a how many how many cards is this?
We'll look at that.
The deck size.
For our stats, we're exactly at 50 cards plus character.
I definitely think that. I think he definitely is a 50 card deck, because any more cards. Now, I could be wrong, but at least from what I've experienced, any more cards and you start drawing terribly. You don't you almost, you want to see your cards as fast as possible and kill as fast as possible, because, like, he doesn't get any speed or damage buffs by himself. There are cards that do it. So in order to do it, though, you're gonna have to generate pretty quickly all your stuff. If it's budget friendly, then that makes sense. With that too, like, just to understand how the game works, definitely having a kill shot is what he needs. I guess you could do. I noticed you're not running his attack in his main deck, in the main deck.
Well, we're seeing what it goes. I try to build budget friendly when I can.
Oh, okay. Well, the reason why I was saying is because Giant Detention Bite is an ultra rare, so I figured if you were doing that.
But I looked at that. That's like $2.
How much is Command Pigeon Flock? Is it?
I'm not too sure right now, but probably like 10 cents.
Okay.
I was just going with the theme of its ally.
Oh, then no, I got you. That makes sense. It's just one of the things I'd probably want to just see it in action, just see what happens. It doesn't. I can't say it's wrong or bad. It doesn't look bad at all. It looks like it'll work. I guess if you get 3 of your ectoplasma clones out there uninterrupted, you're talking about what? Sending, what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you can probably send your third one will be like a 6 damage with like 5 speed or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Plus, we got easily excited to give something +1 speed. Basic training to give something +1 damage. Training with gunhead, struggles, back to back, all sorts of fun stuff that just makes it easy.
Yeah, I definitely think he's definitely gonna play the kind of like build up as much as he can, and then try to just sculpt his hand to go for the kill turn.
Yep.
Of course, there's no telling what action cards or what they're gonna give him later on, because he definitely is gonna need some more action cards or something with ally, because it doesn't make sense that they printed him with like there's a lot more foundations than action cards that have ally on it. You know what I mean? So it's like, well, why didn't you just did y'all feel like he was gonna be too broken? Is why y'all didn't make it, and foundation and attacks, but you made it specifically attacks and actions. So I'm like, okay, and then he didn't get an action card printed for him. So it was like, okay, they must be preparing something later on, maybe.
And that's why I dropped Summon Dark Shadow, because it was an ally card with Chaos. We can use it. We can use Coda's skill to make it not count towards progressive. Plus, while it sits in there, it also gives it a damage pump, meaning you play this, then clones. Clones is really getting a +2/+2 every time it goes up.
Right. With the so you technically probably want to do Dark Shadow after you've committed Coda.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So this is probably going to be played like on a later string. Yeah, it's just one of the things. You also have Electric Jolt to play defense with.
Mm-hmm.
It deals damage, and now you're like, okay, I need to commit some of his characters, some of the stuff down, so I can go off on them. So yeah, I think it's just one of the things you just gotta, see what's in action. I'd like to see it in action one day and just see how it plays. It looks like it'll be pretty quick, pretty fast.
And then moving on next deck. I can still do this, I swear to God.
This is pretty cool though, man. How many people are on? They're just I know I can't really see anybody, so I don't
know. We got 2 people watching us, and then probably some views later on down the road.
Sure.
Okay, so this is my new personal deck.
Uh-oh.
I was kind, but now I'm playing Hagakure.
Oh,
For those of you that are not aware, I do not have a strong affinity for My Hero Academia.
Sure.
I had a lot of people ask, like, well, who's your waifu? And it's like, I'm 40 and they're all 16.
Right. Right. I'm like, look, y'all better stop that waifu stuff. Y'all better go on with your bad stuff. Go.
So I went with Toru because she kind of speaks to me. I know how to possibly maximize her potential in this. I've been like theory crafting this deck with Iori on a constant basis. Yeah. The point where he probably doesn't want to hear about it anymore and just wants to beat my face in with Kirishima too.
Yeah, look, hey, I'm telling you, just the key to Kirishima 2 is speed. He doesn't have a lot of speed hate. So, I mean, he has speed hate cards, but doesn't have a lot of speed hate. And you got to know that you can kill him. His most hated card, I know it's a little offset real quick, but his hated card is Blood Curdle.
Yes.
Blood Curdle says, hey, you're going down. Like I ran in Portkine. I sided 4 of them bad boys. Yeah, the Kirishima player did not like that. He's like, I hate that card. I'm like, we're playing Kirishima.
You don't get a say in this matter.
Yeah, you're playing Kirishima. I got to use something. If I don't, then you're gonna just run over me like you've been doing. So funny. Okay. But anyways,
so character is Toru Hagakure, 6 hand size, 27 health, air, good, water, enhance. Your opponent's block modifier to block this deck gets +1 and gets an additional +1 for every 4 cards every 4 foundations in their stage.
Insane.
She also has response commit. After your opponent plays an attack, add it back to their hand, look at the top card of their deck, and then you may discard it. So this deck is centered around making the opponent's block modifiers astronomical, because the best way to look at this is the bigger you're adding speed to their block that they
Yep.
cannot reduce. They can reduce your speed just fine, but they still have to block an attack with +6 to their block modifier. They can't do anything about that. That is unremovable speed you're adding.
Yeah, that
That is
should.
the best way to
Yeah.
look at that deck.
Well, you're right. You're and just to point out how thematic it is, as I was looking at it, it's thematic because her being invisible. Well, it's an unforeseen thing. You
Yeah.
can't see the speed. You can't see the block modifier. It just increases it. So it's like, hey, unless we put a dice there, just letting you know, I did the enhance your block modifier. You got an unknown force that's messing you up. So yeah,
So
it's a dope.
when I built, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
So when I built her, my theory was let's put cards in the opponent's card pool and then continuously do that. Then also make Toru's ability. So my thing is to make their block modifiers around +3, +4 to every time they block.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going with tape string jab,
Yep.
sticky balls,
Mm-hmm.
tongue whip, which that it gets monstrously dangerous in this deck.
That card alone, to answer homie's question when he was asking about a card that could get banned or should get banned, I won't say should be, but I can see this card being looked at a certain point because this card is used in all the water, all the life decks, and it's pretty depressing when you got to deal with it. But anyways,
Downward frostbite because
I love
we
that
have
card.
an amount of punches and range, meaning we can get buffs there. And then our kill condition is cannon blast.
Oh Lord.
So how do we get there? We play a tape string jab. We play a couple tape string jabs. We play either tape string jab, tongue. We play downward frostbite, a couple tape jabs. Then we use honorable forfeit to get +2 because we're playing off center attacks consecutively to give our checks +2. Then we just cannon blast you in the face. And we give it speed, we give it damage.
Good night, Irene.
Depending on when we play our downward frost spike, that's another +3 cannon spike right off the bat, plus an additional 6. Then with Toru, we have all these cards in the card pool, plus her ability. They're just gonna have to eat it to the face.
Yeah, there's not much you can do about it. You have to just take it to the face and see if you can. Yeah, that's devastating. That seems very devastating.
We also have 2 recovery goal thing just because we want to make sure we live. And Breaker is also very good with her.
That
I mean, that was could be my other idea is to make a Breaker deck with her because Breaker just hacks the checks and you're making the block modifier so bad. But then I can't just no, I want to focus on the block modifier more than the Breaker.
Yeah, a buddy of mine, I think, just built a pure Breaker. Just all of his attacks have Breaker on it, and so it's pretty insane. But once again, life and water. Look, 2 symbols are right there. Life and water is on that card too. So yeah, it's like I said.
Now, as for the character, I don't have a character I want to replace her with.
Yeah.
But I do have a character in attack I think I'm going to be sideboarding, and that's Backdraft.
Backdraft is very, very strong.
So Backdraft with this particular deck lets you tape jab, Backdraft's attack, then discard the 3 from the card pool. Oh, look, +5/+5 to his attack.
Yeah. Yeah, Backdraft. I like that character. That character, I played against somebody with Backdraft, and Backdraft, he'll creep up on you. That minus, and don't let it be that you're fighting a deck that has fire, the fire symbol. Well, minus more speed. It's pretty painful. I mean, he just lowers and lowers your speed. So yeah. So the deck looks good already, man.
So the foundations will run down very quickly. We got speed debuffs, enhances, more speed buff, and debuff. I do like struggle with studies because after they play their 3rd card, if it's their 3rd or greater attack, we can bring a block back to the hand. I really like 4th kind, so this lets me kind of 4th kind after if they try to string an attack and you can only block 1, pick a block back up, clear the card pool, play it with no Feeling cute. If you got to flip something, you can pop it for being cute. This is something that a lot of people and the new players need to learn. +1 speed, even if it's just +1, it's much more detrimental to the opponent than they think it is,
Yeah,
because even a single +1 can screw up their entire math.
absolutely, absolutely. It one extra damage, one extra speed, they all matter.
I'm that's something that took me so long to learn, is the +1s matter because that just throws off math.
It does. It sure does. It is absolutely
Choosing a hero name, another, if they decide to debuff your damage, and there are very few damage debuffs in my hero. There's a lot of speed debuff,
yeah.
but what little damage debuff there is, if they get you, you respond +4 damage.
Mm.
Drowning in Resentment, we're doing that so that if they do find a way to clear a card from their card pool, nope, put another deck right down in there.
Yep. Yep. It's really good.
Graceful Maneuvers, again, we are talking about that +1 -2 speed, gets an additional -1 speed for each card in your card pool. So if you're blocking a hard, look at it this way: this is taking away progressive difficulty by lowering your speed for each card you're having to block with.
Sure does. It just makes it easier for you to block.
Yep. Cheerful or cheerleader. Something gains flash. Okay, I'm gonna cannon blast. I'm gonna cannon blast. Okay, respond. Give it flash. Go to blocks.
Game.
Yep. And plus its other ability of both players build a top card of their deck face down. Only playable if they have 8 or more foundations. So if they are trying to blow stuff up to make sure that you cannot get Toru's ability, this is what you do to prevent that.
Right.
And then honorable forfeit, we've already discussed. Uh, the other things I put in here, karate chop, that actually could be really good in this deck because
Ooh.
just some minor things. It doesn't really add to the actual theme of it, but karate chop does commit rivals foundation, reach permanent attack zone. I play a mix of highs and lows back to back, with I think Cannon Blast being the only mid. No, it's just constant highs and lows. So Karate Chop is going to commit a whole bunch of foundations really quickly.
Yeah.
And
That, that
travel
that
by tape, because I like travel by tape.
Travel by tape. Yeah, that card karate chop is actually way more dangerous than people think, man. That card is annoying. Ooh boy. And you got all the zones to cover it. So yeah, it's gonna be good. Yeah, I don't know, man. That deck seems scary. That she's gonna be one that people are gonna be annoyed to deal with, So that I look forward. She technically on her symbol, on water symbol, she's the only character that has access to two breaker 2 cards.
Mm-hmm.
So
Now, I
two
did
breaker
get asked
cards.
why I did not play her ultra rare, and honest to God, guys, the reason why I didn't play her ultra rare, it doesn't fit with the theme of the deck.
There goes. There goes. All right, the whole thing with the flashing the card into and all that makes sense. I feel you, bro. Yeah, she's gonna be another one. I think definitely keep an eye on this character. I think that character is definitely gonna be something serious to force to reckon with. So
Yep.
I agree.
All right, guys. So that's it on the deck portion. We got to wind down because I know Ty's on a tight time limit.
I am.
Ty, thank you so much. By all means, promote the hell out of yourself.
Oh man, thank you, man. It's so difficult to do that, like, oh, I gotta promote myself, you know what I mean? Because
I'll do it for you.
yeah, I mean, I appreciate it. No, it definitely means those who are watching and those who definitely believe in and really want people to grow and see the game grow, see other people grow, man. Yeah, definitely point them to the channel, man. And hey, I'm working on some things right now where I'll be coming to stores near you, man. I'll start going to different shops in different areas, visiting people, and just kind of bringing Ty's House of Cards to them, and just it'll be a whole Thai experience. So that's what I'm working on right now.
When you come to Nashville, we're just going to take you to Tailgate Brewery, which is where we play.
Hey,
we can get a couple beers and play.
Hey, I don't drink, but you know what? I still have a good time. So I'll be all right, man.
There actually is a new game store that just opened up, and we got to check it out at some point. But I'm so busy because being a Tennessee Ghostbuster in October, so very tiring, but
Oh
also
wow,
very
wow.
rewarding.
Okay. Well, hey, look, hey, shout outs to you, man, you and your channel and what you do, man. And I just want to take time to just honor and appreciate you, man, just what you have done, the bar that you set with things, and from the old school of UFS and everything else. I just, I give credit where credit is due, and honor to the ones that have set that standard. So whether anybody says it or not, I appreciate you, bro. Thank you for allowing me to join you on the channel and just hear my heart on things. Thank you for sharing your heart. I look forward to being able to fellowship with you some more, man, and
Oh
chat
yeah.
some more. I'm sure we'll
Okay,
have
so
plenty.
my quirk is that of Robert Loggia. So what's your quirk?
My quirk? I feel like it's one for all in a way, the way it is, because it's like I got one and then it's another one and then another one. But if I were to say one of my quirk is activating the hidden potential within others.
So what you're telling me is you're super kami guru.
Probably that. That's exactly probably what it is. I can activate other people's potential and pull it out.
Oh God, I've just realized I've become Krillin. Well, that means in the long run I work out, but all that martial arts potential, yep, all downhill from there.
Yeah. Hey, well, hey, look, you get the wife that ends up coming in, and
And you get the trophy wife in the long run.
she takes out everybody. She be taking, look, don't hurt her baby Krillin, man.
I mean, she will mess you up in that soccer mom tracksuit.
Man, beat you up, beat the living daylights out of you. You know what I mean? So nah, I appreciate you though, man. Thank you, man. Love you, bro.
All right.
Shout out to the guys.
Yep. So guys, I don't know when we're gonna have Total Justice Gaming back. This was kind of just spur of the moment because Get Bit couldn't happen, but I still wanted to keep an eye on, and I just wanted to share them with you guys. So I think my old sign off was I'll see you guys in the ring.
Hey, love you guys. Take care. Peace.